Welcome to this edition of Northwest Real Estate Forum. I'm your host, Patricia Wangsness. Our mission is to bring you experts and relevant topics that will help you understand the art, science, and timing of real estate, because after all, your home is your biggest asset. Joining me today is Andrea Braund of Andrea Braund Home Staging and Design. Andrea has more than 15 years of experience in high-end furniture and design, and has translated that experience into concentrating more on the staging of higher-end homes. Andrea is well known for her practical but passionate sense of what a home needs to be presented at its best possible potential. In slow and in fast real estate markets, staging can make the difference of a home selling quickly or sitting on the market longer than needed. Welcome, Andrea.
Thank you.
So, Andrea, you are the quintessential stager in my book. You do a lot of the high-end homes in this local area, Bellevue, Seattle. But staging is almost required in the higher-end market, but it also applies in the medium to lower-end market. So can you give our listeners an idea of what is staging? What does it all entail?
Well, it entails everything from a consultation where myself or a stager would come in and walk through the home with you, if you're the homeowner, or also as the real estate agent, we can offer advice and sort of lead you down a smart path of getting your home ready to put on the market. And so from the seller's point of view, it can make a huge difference in terms of feeling overwhelmed and just simplifying the process and having maybe a list of things that would help you get the home ready and sparkling and market ready. From the real estate agent's point of view, we can be a huge support to you in terms of being your eyes and ears when it comes to listing a home. You have a lot of things on your plate as a real estate agent that that you have to think about and work with the seller on
the technical portions, as I say, the technical portion.
Right, the technical portion and your expertise, and to bring in an outside expert, which takes you sort of out of the seat of trying to suggest even more that the buyer do. We can be a huge help to the real estate agent, like I said, just being in terms of being your eyes and ears and showing helping you see what somebody in my field feels that would be really beneficial to the home.
Right. You are a real asset to the team. So from my standpoint, I have a team of people behind me. I am not perfect at all things. I'm good at a lot of things, and I'm really good at some things, but being the design person, that's not my first line of expertise. So you can come in and be a second set of eyes, and also you can objectify the advice so that it's, you do this often, and you can depersonalize it for the seller so that they don't get offended when you say, no, we need to only have 3 books on that coffee table instead of the candles, the books, the ashtray,
right.
That really is what helps us. The other standpoint is from a buyer standpoint. So when a buyer comes in, I know in my buying signal, it's when they place their furniture. How do you get the house to look? What is it that you try to see or try to create that's going to have my buyer come in and say, this is where I want my furniture, and my seller is going to say, yeah, we're going to sell it really fast?
Well, okay, so there's a couple different answers to that question. The first thing is, what do we do in terms of furniture placement in either a situation where we're staging a vacant home or even staging an occupied home with existing furniture? Our goal is always, to immediately create flow. Create almost a pathway from the front door through to the main living spaces, where the spaces that are going to be really the most valuable square footage that you're selling. So the kitchen family room, the view room, the master bedroom, trying to steer the buyer through the home visually, but also just in terms of real time, through those spaces so they can captivate what those spaces have to offer. And I do a lot of waterfront homes and a lot of view homes, so it's always very important that that in the staging we create that pathway or that flow to the window or the space where the buyer can stand, you know, at that window or on that balcony or in that room and really enjoy the view or the waterfront or whatever it is that you're, you know, that's really fabulous about that property. So, you know, just that is probably, I would say, our number one goal.
So flow and pathway.
And then creating a visual experience that it exudes emotion but doesn't overwhelm. You know, we do probably 50-50 empty, vacant and occupied homes, and we do a lot of moving around and rehanging art and that kind of thing. And you know, usually one of the wonderful, really rewarding things about what we do is when we do an occupied home for a seller that has been living there for, you know, it doesn't matter how long, it's very rare that they don't say, wow, why didn't we do this years ago? Because the home just feels so much better and it lives better. So it's a very rewarding career, and you know, you can see the results of it just, you know, in a day.
The homes sell. And that's really, that's the key. We got to get the homes to sell. We've got to get the buyer to come in and love it. We want to make it efficient for the seller so that it will sell faster, which saves them money. So getting to the money conversation. Staging is an expense. It's a marketing expense. And you use high-end furniture, luxury fabrics. You exude that feeling from a higher-end home. How does your costing fit in as far as a marketing expense? But from my experience, a house sells faster. So that saves on the mortgage and the taxes and the wear and tear on the homeowner. Is that?
Oh, absolutely correct. I mean, when you just take into account, you know, monthly mortgage payments and upkeep and taxes and everything on a home, to have that home sell quicker is beneficial in terms of just reducing your costs, but also maintaining the strength of that listing, because the longer it's on the market, as you know, Patricia, the longer it's on the market, the lower value, the value decreases. So, you know, our goal is to get that home sold as quickly as possible, as is, of course, yours and the buyers. So it's just, like you said, a team effort of really marketing that property and just making it shine and putting it out its best foot forward. And it works. I mean, it absolutely works. I mean, we've had, you know, in the last 2 months, so many homes sell within the first weekend, and it's a, you know,
it's a lot of work to move the furniture in, set it up, and move it out, but it's worth the effort.
It absolutely is. Yeah, people say, you move for a living, you know, moving's the worst thing. Why would you move for a living? But it's really fun.
Well, Andrea, thank you so much. You have
You're welcome.
Really given our viewers an insight as to, number one, what staging is, number two, why it's important, and number three, what the buyers feel. Thank you so much for coming.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for watching this edition of Northwest Real Estate Forum. Whether you are buying, selling, or sitting on the sidelines, keep watching for important information on topics that are impacting your biggest asset, your home. To learn more about this and other shows, please visit us at northwestrealestateforum.com or check us out on Facebook. While you're there, be sure to order your free copy of Neighbor Law, Fences, Trees, and Boundaries by Cora Jordan. You'll be surprised at what you learn. I'm your host, Patricia Wangsness. See you next time.